Welcome to MDL Crochet for this tutorial on the Tunisian crochet V-stitch. This stitch is done in multiples of 3 plus 2. It uses the Tunisian double crochet, the Tunisian simple stitch, and yarn overs. This stitch is also done in a 2-row repeat. So I am using a 4-weight yarn with a 7mm crochet hook. So with Tunisian crochet, we need to pull up our foundation row, and the way we do the foundation row is in our back bumps. You'll go from the second chain from your hook. The loop on your hook does not count, but the chain that the loop is coming out of is 1, and there's chain 2. You'll flip it over, and you have all these back bumps all the way down the chain. You will take your hook, yarn over, and pull up your loop. Now you can tighten down a little bit so that way your edge stitch is nice and tight and even. Go underneath the back bumps, yarn over and pulling up a loop all the way down, and we'll come back for the standard return pass. So now that you have all your loops on your hook, count to make sure the number of loops correspond with the number of chains. And once you have that number correct, we're going to do our standard return pass. And to start a standard return pass, you need to chain 1 on that last loop that you pulled up, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, repeating that step till you only have 1 loop left on your hook. So now that you have just 1 loop left on your hook, this is your foundation row. This stitch is done with Tunisian double crochets, and I will show you how to do that here in just a moment. But with Tunisian double crochets, because they add height to our row, we need to add it at our edge stitch as well as our end stitch, and I will show you how to do that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to chain 1 to add that height. Now we need to yarn over because we're skipping this stitch and we're going into this stitch, and this is the start of a Tunisian double crochet. We're going to go into the next stitch as a knit stitch, pull up that loop, then we're going to yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on our hook. That is a Tunisian double crochet. Now we're going to yarn over and another yarn over, and we're going to go back into that knit stitch we did at the bottom. Yarn over and pull up a loop, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And what that did is that gives us 4 loops. That takes care of the 4 stitches on the bottom. Now we need to skip this next stitch, and we're going to be going into this stitch. So you need to yarn over, skipping 1, 2, and we're going into the 3rd as a knit. Yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And then we're going to yarn over and yarn over one more time. So 2 yarn overs, back into that stitch as a knit stitch, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now we're skipping 2 stitches, yarn over, skip 2 stitches, do a knit stitch into the 3rd, then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, then we're going to yarn over twice, 1 and 2, go back into that same stitch and pull up a knit stitch, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Now we're skipping 2 stitches, going into the 3rd, so yarn over, skip 1, skip 2, go into that 3rd, as a knit stitch, you'll yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to yarn over twice, so 1 and 2, go into that knit stitch again, yarn over and pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We're skipping 2 stitches, going into our third, yarn over, and the yarn over here is to start our double crochet, Tunisian double crochet. You'll go into that third stitch as a knit stitch, you'll yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then you're going to yarn over, and then we need to yarn over up one more time for the Tunisian double crochet, go back into the knit stitch, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Then we're going to go yarn over, 1, skipping 2 stitches, 1, 2, going into that third as a knit stitch, so yarn over and pull up that knit stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over twice. The second yarn over is part of the Tunisian double crochet, and we will go back into that knit stitch, yarn over and pull up our loop, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. So now we're going to go into our edge stitch. You're going to yarn over because we're going to do a double crochet into our edge stitch. So just do your edge stitch, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That keeps our height going, and that's what your first row will look like. Now to do a standard return pass, so you'll yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll yarn over, pull through 2 all the way down to the end till you only have 1 loop left on your hook. So now that you have just 1 loop left on your hook, we have completed our return pass. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull up a row of simple stitches. So you'll just go into the loops and pull up your simple stitch. And for the yarn overs, you'll just treat them like they were a stitch. Go underneath them and pull up a loop. And you're going to do that all the way down, making sure you grab every loop, the yarn overs as well, and then do a standard return pass. And I'll see you in just a second so we can start the standard return pass. So getting close so we can start our standard return pass here in just a moment. And we're at the spot where we need to go. Well, that's from our chain 1, and we're going to go right after our chain 1 and pull up our edge stitch. And then you're just going to yarn over chain 1 on that last loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2, repeating that step all the way down until you only have 1 loop left on your hook. We'll come back and we'll do 1 more row of our Tunisian crochet V stitch. So now that we have just the 1 loop left on our hook from our return pass of our simple stitch row, we can start the V stitch again. We did a simple stitch row after the V stitch, so we have somewhere to put our V stitches back into. Since we are using Tunisian double crochets, we need to create the height of our row, which was we need to just chain 1. Now we need to yarn over because we're going to be starting our Tunisian double crochet. You're skipping this stitch, going into the second stitch as a knit stitch, yarn over and pull up that loop, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And then we're going to yarn over to create our stitch that we're skipping, and then we're going to yarn over. Our second yarn over is for the Tunisian double crochet. We're going to go back to where we did our knit stitch, yarn over and pull up that loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Now we need to yarn over, skipping 2 stitches. That's 1, there's 2, We're going into the third as a knit stitch. You're going to yarn over and pull up your loop. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2, and then we're doing our skip yarn over, and then we're doing our yarn over for our Tunisian double crochets. We're going to go into that stitch we did a knit stitch in, yarn over, pull up that knit stitch, and then we need to yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, skipping 2 stitches, 1, 2, going into our third as a knit, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you yarn over twice, 1 and 2. Remember, the second yarn over is for our Tunisian double crochet. We're going to go back into that knit stitch, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Yarn over, we're skipping 2 stitches, 1, 2, going into that third as a knit stitch, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to yarn over twice, 1 and 2. The second one is for the Tunisian double crochet. Go back into that knit stitch, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Need to yarn over, skipping 2 stitches, 1, 2, going into that third, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over for our skip, yarn over for the Tunisian double crochet, go back into that loop where you did a knit stitch, pull up your loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Yarn over, we're skipping 2 stitches, 1, 2, going into our third, yarn over, pull up that loop as a knit, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over for our skip, yarn over for our Tunisian double crochet, go back to where we did our knit stitch, yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Then we're going to yarn over, go into our edge stitch, which our edge stitch will be even with our simple stitch row. Yarn over, pull up that loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And then you're going to chain 1 to start our return pass. And then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, repeating that step all the way down until you only have 1 loop left on your hook. And that is all there is for this stitch. I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and do a few more rows so we can get a broader picture of this stitch, and I'll be right back with you. So now that you have gotten your project to the length that you want, and you want to go ahead and bind it off, you'll be doing the bind off when you get done with your simple stitch row. So we're going to do what is called a Tunisian simple stitch bind off. And what that is you're going to go underneath your loop like you would for a simple stitch, pull it up, and then just slip it off. Your goal is to keep 1 loop on your hook while you're doing your bind off. Again, go underneath like you would for a simple stitch, yarn over, pull up that loop, and then just slip it off. And you're going to do that all the way down, do your project, do your edge stitch, and then bind your yarn off however you bind your yarn off. And your project will be done. This stitch is pretty lightweight, it is pretty airy, and it has some decent amount of stretch on both ways. And it is a pretty stitch in itself. And if you found this tutorial helpful, please consider giving me a like and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. And leave me a comment. I do like to chit chat. Until next time, folks. Keep stitching.